Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Fourth and Mile Podcast, Season 2. We are officially now in week 3 of the college football season. I'm joined by Nicholas Elliott. Nicholas, how was your week?
So far so good. Just busy with schoolwork, just trying to
Yeah,
get to the weekend.
yeah. I mean, I've been busy, work, schoolwork, and balancing everything, but it's getting close to the weekend, and we've got college football. So before we get into week 3, we're going to go over some of the games in week 2. This week wasn't as eventful as week 1, but there were some good games and a major upset. What game are we going to start with, Nicholas?
Just get the Band-Aid off. We can cover Alabama's dominant 73-0 win, get back on track. I know it was ULM, but anytime you go out and
We're like the only people that actually are going to recap this game because the team looked good.
yeah,
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Look, it was ULM, but they looked dominant on both sides of the football. It was what you wanted from Alabama, taking care of an inferior opponent, and now they head to Wisconsin.
Yep, that's
You
all.
got to see Keelan Russell, the other 5-star quarterback that was really highly recruited alongside Bryce Underwood. He got in a little bit. He shined. Austin Mack shined. Ty Simpson didn't miss a pass and threw for 230 yards. Jeremy Bernard's making his case for a Blitnikoff early this year. So, yeah, not much to say. Alabama did their job.
Yeah, it's all that matters. All you can really do against a team like that. Come out, show
Absolutely.
effort. Not even let them. You had more touchdowns than they did first downs. So it's like,
Yeah, they scored 42 at half, and then they put 70 up, even though they were just trying to run out the clock, and AK Deer said, nope, I want to get into the touchdown.
yeah, no
So
punts either. All right. Bigger headlines around the SEC. Let's head to the biggest one. USF drains the swamp, gets the win. It was like a weird game. It was just kind of sloppy game by both sides.
Florida slept walk.
Yeah.
Florida sleepwalked, and they got. They got in the swamp. And that's what happens when you sleepwalk an opponent and underestimate an opponent, because they were obviously looking ahead to this week as they go to Death Valley and to LSU in this next stretch of games for them. But they got by South Florida, who is far and away the top contender for the group of 5 in the playoff right now. They've taken down Boise State, and they've taken down Florida. This week they get Miami. So maybe South Florida does it again, but as Alabama fans, we both know this team is a gigantic pain in the butt when it comes to these type of games. So it kind of justifies us, but Byron Brown, what a player.
Yeah.
He made the plays when they needed to, but really the story of the game was Florida slept walk.
Yeah, pretty sure USF got a safety against Florida. It was just a very sloppy game. They couldn't move. Florida just couldn't get into rhythm offensively, and it seemed like at the end of the game, they took the lead. They went up by 1, and then USF just ran the clock out, drove it all the way down to the goal line, and then just kicked a field goal.
Florida had a few third down stops they could have made, but just weren't able to. And again, it's a very, very, very bad loss. Napier, as everyone is saying, is on the hot seat.
It can be. This game is like the decider.
Or of Billy Napier.
Yeah.
And you don't know what their identity is. You have no excuse now. This is your quarterback. This is your team.
Yep.
And you lost to South Florida. Now, they can still win and get to the playoff. It's just going to be an almost impossible task.
Yeah.
With this schedule.
I think in other news, this kind of it helps the coach get a bigger job, and Also,
Yeah,
on the other
because
side, it makes
a
a
lot
coach
of
lose a
people,
job.
it's what DeBoer was dealing with last week. You're seeing everyone throw their names in on who's going to be the next Florida coach. Is it going to be Summerall? Is it going to be Golish? Is it going to be Glenn Schumann? We'll see. We'll see what Florida does, because they might rattle off a win streak after this. We don't know. But it was a bad loss by Florida. I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but you slept walk, and that's what happens. Clemson also slept walk. Well, this one I didn't watch at all, but Troy was up 16-0 at one point, and then Clemson got out of it. Some teams can do that. Florida just got South Florida, aka probably the best group of five, or one of the best group of five teams in college football today.
Yeah. How about let's get to west of Tuscaloosa, Stark Vegas, pulling off the upset, Jeff Lebby's signature win in year 2.
Yep. Funny story about this game. I was watching it kind of alongside Bama.
Yeah.
As I was at the stadium. They have a scoreboard usually in the top right corner of the stadium and the top left corner of the stadium.
Yep.
So we see 17-17, and it's first and goal. Me and my dad are kind of watching it. And I go, it's 4th and goal, and they're kicking. So 2017, the next time I check it is 2 minutes later, and Mississippi State wins the game. I'm like, what would happen? Then I watched it after, and I found out my sister rushed to the field. And Mississippi State took a goalpost and threw it somewhere. So Mississippi State has slain a demon. They have finally beat a top 25 team after 8 tries.
Yep. Just seemed like Arizona State was just all
biggest win for Mississippi State since Dak Prescott.
Yep.
And
it just seemed like they were all out of sorts.
The 2020 game spoiling LSU's championship parade.
Yeah, that too. It just seemed like they were all out of sorts there, and for Kenny Dillingham's team, they just couldn't really get into rhythm early.
The cowbells.
Yeah,
it got to him. Davis Wade was rocking,
and Blake Shapen was hitting on some nice deep balls, and then
Levy's offense worked. The run game got going, and the pass game, Shapen did not miss.
I mean, it's worked
on the big time plays.
It worked last season as well. Their offense, they were putting up pretty a lot of points, but their defense was just so bad. And it's like, so you can start seeing the signs showing they got the right guy at quarterback. Shapen. I mean, that was a great 2-minute drive, but I mean, not so much else happening week 2. I mean,
Michigan, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Michigan,
Oklahoma.
I forgot about that game.
Everyone kind of expected that game. Besides a Justice Haynes run of 75 yards, this game was about what we expected. A freshman quarterback going into Norman and going up against Brett Venables and his defense. This game was what Oklahoma, Tennessee should have been last year. This was Oklahoma's arrival moment, going, we're here. We're here to go to the playoff. We're here for more. And we think we got a Heisman contender. Again, probably should have happened last year against Tennessee. It just got delayed a year. And you beat a blue blood in Michigan, and you're undefeated. Next up, you got to go to Temple this week. Yeah, Oklahoma's going to go to Philadelphia this week to play Temple. And then you get Auburn at home in Jackson Arnold's return game. So Oklahoma's rolling. Michigan, like we said, they're a year away. It's a young football team. Underwood will learn, but it did not look great.
They were playing very conservative, is what I was hearing.
He looked very he looked lost out there. But again, what were you expecting from a freshman going up against Brad Venables' defense?
Yeah, I think the only other game that really stood out to me was Baylor beating SMU. That was a good game.
Probably the best game of the noon slate and possibly the best game of the week.
Yeah.
SMU was up 2 touchdowns late. Baylor, Sawyer Robertson.
Yeah.
Baylor's defense is still awful. And in overtime, SMU
collapsed.
But they both scored touchdowns in the first overtime, second overtime. SMU misses a kick, Baylor makes it. So, and I was talking to my friend who's a massive Baylor fan that went to the game. He was like, this is the mindset of Baylor fans that I know of. I'm happy for the win, but I kind of wanted to lose so we can get a random fire.
Yeah.
That's kind of been the motto of Baylor. But
maybe they'll turn it around or something.
Maybe they'll turn around, but this is a massive win for Baylor and a massive win for Aranda. They had to at least split this out of conference between Auburn and SMU. And they did. It's just the opposite of what I thought it would have been.
I think if you're a Baylor fan saying, would you rather win the SMU game or the Auburn game? I think most fans would choose the SMU game, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, because of the Texas rivalry.
And because coming off the playoff appearance.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we can get into week 3. I mean, let's get into the start of the slate. Wisconsin heading to Tuscaloosa. I mean, what do you want to see out of Alabama for this game?
Alabama, I want to see Ryan Williams have a big game. He's coming back after suffering a concussion against Florida State. He went through protocol and is ready to roll. He's ready to roll this week. The other players, Jam Miller, Jamarian Latham, and Tim Keenan, they're all game time decisions. I'm expecting most of them to probably sit and get ready for Georgia in 2 weeks. What I want to see from Alabama is they're going to have to play physical. Wisconsin is a physical football team. They play Big Ten, so they're really good on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. The issue for Wisconsin this year will be the quarterback, kind of like last year. They're playing a backup. Danny O'Neal is going to be a starter for Wisconsin. And last season, after the first time, Tyler Van Dyke went out early for Wisconsin and a backup came in. It did not go great for Wisconsin. Alabama, their defense, really the question is going to be their defense. Like, are they sustainable? Is the offensive line bad? I don't know. Is the defensive line, the front seven, any good? Because I don't know. It's a 3-touchdown. Alabama's a 3-touchdown favorite, kind of bordering 20.5, 21.5, bordering around there. I could see this be a slow start for Alabama, possibly, because Alabama in 11 a.m. games, they don't usually play good. A rarity was the Wisconsin game in Camp Randall.
Yeah.
But I've covered the last 2 games. They've played at 11 a.m. in Tuscaloosa. They were both tight games. The Arkansas game 2 years ago, and then South Carolina last year, which turned out to be a great game between 2 really solid teams that were just on the brink of playoffs. But for Alabama, it's really, do you wake up? Do you wake up early? I expect them to win unless Wisconsin just wins the line of scrimmage. If Wisconsin wins the line of scrimmage, then shit could get really bad. Things could get really bad for Alabama. But I'm going to roll with the Tide. I think they'll win the line of scrimmage. It might take a quarter or 2, but I do have Alabama winning. I could see Wisconsin cover, though. That I wouldn't be surprised with.
Yeah.
What do you want to say?
Just want to see the defense of like 11 TFLs and no sacks. I want to see some sacks from the D-line. Should be a physical game.
You have to feel on third down.
Yeah.
That's really the big thing I want to see out of Alabama. But, again, Alabama offense continue. The 11 a.m. slate for this week isn't amazing. I mean, Wisconsin, Alabama could be interesting, but I think most people are expecting a Bama win. It's depending on what you think the cover is, but besides the 11 a.m., I mean, is there any other good 11 a.m.? Because I know big noon is Oregon Northwestern, which is going to be it could get really bad. Did you see what Oregon did to Oklahoma State? It could get bad.
Really bad.
It could get really bad. Also, sorry, big noon, you're back to pretty crappy Big Ten football.
This week, they'll probably get better matchups as the season goes.
Oh yeah, they'll probably get a good one next week. I think they'll get a good one next week. I think. So, are there any other good games in the 11 a.m. slate that we need to talk about, or do we move to the? Actually, there is one. Besides Oklahoma going to Philadelphia, which we said, Clemson, Georgia Tech.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that game.
Clemson, Georgia Tech. Yeah, I thought this game was a 2:30 time, but nope. Clemson is a 3.5-point favorite going into Atlanta to face the Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets will be with Haynes King. He was dealing with some injury. This game could go one of two ways. One, it could be exactly like what it's been like for two Clemson games. Tight, and Clemson, we find out, is just not as good as we both thought. Or two, Clemson comes out and plays their best game of the year and thumps Georgia Tech. But I think this is going to be a close game. It's a 3.5-point spread. I think Brent Key has emphasized line of scrimmage. I think this is going to be a very, very tight football game. And I think this will probably be the best game of the noon slate.
Yeah. No disagreements there. I mean,
what's been the problem with Clemson? I don't know if you've watched.
Offense has been out of sorts. Their offense has no rhythm ever since Williams went down. I mean, Garrett Riley, man. I mean, he went from top of the world, leading the charge at TCU to help him get to their natty, and then went to Clemson, and he just hasn't done anything good. It's just been kind of just mediocre offense. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't fit there. I don't know. Do
they have a run game? Does Clemson have a run game this year?
26 carries for 128 yards for Adam Randall.
This year?
Yeah, that's their leading rusher so far.
Yeesh. Okay, so that might be why they don't have a run game. You got to have a run game.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech will probably play this game a lot like Miami, where they just take away possessions from.
That's what I was gonna compare.
By running the triple option with King.
Yeah.
So I think this is by far the best game of the noon slate.
It's gonna be I have this game being like a coin flip game. I mean, it's a 3-point spread, but really,
both of us could be wrong here, and Clemson just stomps them.
Well, we both called the Mississippi State game, so maybe we'll call this one. But
who knows?
I just really like what Brent Key's been doing at Georgia Tech, man. They got
really
good line of scrimmage game. They got really good running attack with Jamal Haynes. He's a really good running back.
Absolutely.
And Haynes King, he'll be fresh off the injury. So, I mean, I don't know, man. His legs are fresh. I mean, even then, their backup quarterback threw for 373 passing yards last week. So it's like, at least, I mean, they have him ready just in case. But, I mean, should be a good game in Bobby Dodd Stadium. That's for sure.
Yep. All right. So now we head to the 2:30 slate. There's 3 games that are worth talking about here. The first one, it's probably not going to be anything, but it's a close spread and it's a rivalry game. Pittsburgh's going to Morgantown to play West Virginia. West Virginia lost to Ohio.
Yeah, West Virginia also starting running back for the season. So
yeah, and they had 50 transfers. So West Virginia is in a complete rebuild with Neil Brown coming back. It's not great. It's not going great. Year one. Pitt's 7.5-point favorite with Eli Holstein. The backyard brawl, that's why I wanted to bring it up. It's a rivalry game, and I love to see rivalry games get renewed. The next game I want to talk about is actually, where is it? Here it is. So the next game I wanted to talk about is another Battle of Florida. South Florida goes to Miami. Nicholas, have you seen the spread for this game?
Yeah, 17.5. I mean, still a lot of team. The same what the spread for the Florida game was. It was like 16.5, 17.5.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think this is. I mean, I probably would take South Florida just because.
How good is this game will kind of look at and see how good is Miami?
Yeah.
Or South Florida, like, legitimately good? Like, we all kind of expected, we all kind of knew that Florida slept walk through South Florida, even though South Florida is a damn good Group of 5 team. But if they even keep this game close against Miami, then South Florida could probably be in the top 10.
Yeah,
I mean, by the end of the week.
I guess we'll see what happens. I could really see Miami like stomping them, but I really hope it's a close game because I mean,
I do too. I think it could. I think the spread Vegas kind of put it saying, "All right, you think South Florida's going to keep it close? But we're really high on Miami. Yeah, and maybe Miami's really good. I just didn't watch a lot of the Notre Dame game that night. I guess I need to go back and watch it because
I thought Miami. I think Miami's a really good team. Like they're very. I mean, their offense is really good with Carson Beck being. I mean, Carson Beck is. Georgia fans probably wish they have Carson Beck back because he's looked awesome. So I mean, I could see them just go up and down and start scoring on Miami because I mean, Florida's offense when they played against USF was just sleepwalking. So maybe
and probably the X factor in this game will be Ruben Bain.
Yeah,
how he contains Byron Brown because Florida couldn't contain him. Ruben Bain is going to be probably a top 10 draft pick this upcoming draft. Like this kid's like one of the first really big recruits that Cristobal ever got in Miami. Yeah. He's lived up to the billing for them.
I think USF winning against Florida was kind of the best thing for Miami because now they can't really overlook them. They can't really sleepwalk them. So really kind of like get them
up.
This
is Miami under Cristobal.
Yeah.
They almost choked that game against Notre Dame. They choked that game all these years.
Last year, these two teams played. I'm pretty sure it was like a high-scoring game.
They choked a Syracuse. Against Syracuse.
Miami isn't known for blowing out teams.
South Florida, even with Cam Ward.
Yeah, I'd probably lean with Miami by like maybe like 16 or maybe a 17 though.
I'm gonna go Miami wins, but like by 10.
Yeah, like 10 to 14.
And even with that, South Florida's still in a great spot.
Oh yeah,
two state wins, and you're in the running for the American.
Yeah, it's an out of conference.
Rolling with the American.
Live with it.
All right, and then finally, let's get it to where College Game Day is going, where everyone is going this week, because Florida kind of choked it.
Yeah,
chance of game day, but Georgia is going to Knoxville to play Tennessee. Quick trivia question, Nick. When was the last time Georgia lost to Tennessee?
It was 10 years ago.
What play was that?
Jawan Jennings, Josh Dobbs.
Yep. This was Kirby Smart's first year at Georgia after coming over from Alabama, rebuilding with Jacob Beeson. Throws what we thought a game-winning catch to Calvin Ridley's brother, for a 75-yard touchdown. And then Tennessee, under Butch Jones, Josh Dobbs throws up a prayer, and Tennessee comes down with it. This was the last time Georgia lost to Tennessee. And throughout this time, it's not really been close. None of their games have been really close since then. I mean, one of them was under one score, but Georgia's dominated this rivalry. I don't know if this rivalry has a name or not. I'm not 100% sure.
But could just call it Georgia beating Tennessee every year at this point.
Honestly. So this year Georgia is a 4.5-point favorite. And the reason everyone thinks this could be the year is a lot of people think this kind of reminds them of 22 Bama after Tennessee finally broke a 16-game winning. God,
15 or 16.
15 or 16 game winning streak over Tennessee. Game day's going there. Tennessee's firing all cylinders. Georgia we'll start with Tennessee first. Joey Aguilar has been incredible for Tennessee. They don't miss Nico a bit. They made a statement, and so far it has worked beautifully. Now, granted, they have played Syracuse, who might not be really good, and East Tennessee State, who might not be really good. But Tennessee has done what good teams do: blow them out. Aguilar has been really good with the deep ball. He's made his throws. And they've been running the football with Star Thomas.
That's what Aguilar was good at when he was transferring over. Everybody was like loving his deep ball. The only problem was his accuracy with his short game, which because Tennessee loves to do the short game, the quick slants, the quick screens.
Tennessee's often kind of relies on the run game, and they've got Star Thomas, who's been outstanding this year for the Vols. So Vols have been on a roll, and then they get Georgia and Neyland. Did you get Georgia and Neyland? Now, for the Bulldogs side, the first week they took care of business pretty handily. And then last week against Austin Peay, the Governors, they looked not great. I mean, there was a weather delay, so I'll give them a tiny pass there, but still. They won the game 24-9, but you expect to beat Austin Peay by the 40s.
I think Georgia
been clicking it.
No,
but this is Georgia. Anytime they look bad early, they'll wake up. And once they're clicking, they're a freight train. And this could be another one of those games. Kirby Smart's the one team that's been able to consistently stop Heupel's offense during this time at Tennessee. Saban wasn't able to do it. Who else is really good defensive coordinator that they've played?
I mean, pretty much
Oklahoma couldn't do it.
No.
With Venables. But Heupel has diced up some of the best defensive minds in this sport. But there have been two teams but there's only been one team that's consistently done it. And that's Georgia. Every time you think Tennessee might do it this year, Georgia comes out and rolls them.
I think really the big thing from this game is I don't think Tennessee has had a sack against Georgia in the last 3 times these two teams have matched up. So it's really
they had a first-round guy in James Pierce Jr. for a few years.
And another thing about that, I think, especially on that other side, is Georgia's offensive line has had very big-time struggles these past. Heading into last season as well.
Best defensive coordinator, so
Tennessee
has always had really good defenses.
Maybe
this is the year they get them at home. They get a young team on the road for their first big road test. This is Stockton's first big road test. This is the wide receiver. It's the offensive line's first big game on the road. And you saw what some teams have a lot of teams have struggled on the road this year. Alabama, Arizona State, just to name 2, Texas. It's hard to play on the road, especially in this era because you don't have second and third guys as depth. It's tough to win on the road. And Neyland is one of those places that gets really, really loud.
I think the other thing is why Georgia really – I think they've kind of just sleptwalked. They really haven't tried to do anything insane offensively.
But they know this week.
Yeah.
Kirby Smart will motivate a team to think they were disrespected 7-5, even though they were the best team all year.
And then I think they're going to pull out some more things offensively that might.
The X factor in this game will be who can hit the long ball. Tennessee's not been able to put the fear in Georgia's secondary going, we can hit you deep. Nico wasn't able to do it. Hendon Hooker wasn't able to do it. Joe Melton wasn't able to do it. Georgia, on the other hand, has a deep threat for the first time, a true deep threat for the first time in a long time with Zachariah Branch.
Yep.
One of the most underrated players in college football that no one has heard of yet. he could be a big factor. But can Stockton hit him? I don't know.
And Noah Thomas. I mean, they bought a lot of
transfer guys. Can Georgia protect Stockton and run the football? Again, it's another line of scrimmage game. I know it's very repetitive, but that's a lot of how these football games go. You watch the line of scrimmage. That's the most important part of the visit. That's the most important part of anything. A quarterback cannot win a game without at least a decent offensive line. This goes for the NFL as well. Same thing on the defensive line. If you lose the line of scrimmage, you're going to lose the football game. There's no quarterback in the history of football that has ever actually won a game where they've lost the line of scrimmage that bad.
What's good about Georgia with this being their first test, you got a bye week after this, then Alabama. So it's like, this is really your tune-up. This is not really a tune-up, but this is where it starts. This is where the gauntlet starts. This is where your schedule. It's only,
this is one of only few big road games this year because they get Alabama, they get Texas, they get
Ole Miss,
they got Florida, and all in home/neutral sites.
Yep, they got to go on. Neyland and Jordan Hare will be their two games.
Yeah.
These two games, I could see Tennessee winning. It's just going to be like,
again,
Joey Aguilar, and you got to hit the deep balls, like you said. The receivers have been kind of like non-existent the past two meetings in this matchup. When Tennessee was clicking in 2022, they came into here with all the hype and playoff aspirations, and Athens and Georgia shut them down. And then now heading into this time, Georgia doesn't really have the dominant defense. We don't know, still to be determined, because they were playing against lesser competition. Well, I'm interested to see how Glenn Schumann matches up against Josh Heupel. It'll be a good chess match for that as well. Kirby, Glenn Schumann. I just want to see Mike Bobo get a little creative. It's just been it's been very vanilla. And Georgia fans really don't like him at all. So maybe
exactly.
Stockton also needs to show something.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to head to the night slate, and the night slate, you better have a quad box because there's a lot of really good football here.
Yeah.
We'll start with we'll go in order, the 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, there's a really nice SEC game with Arkansas going to Oxford to take on Ole Miss. Ole Miss last week really struggled against Kentucky. Austin Simmons threw 3 picks, but Ole Miss won the game. Now they host Arkansas, Bobby Petrino, Taylor Green, an experienced quarterback, and Arkansas is undefeated so far this year, and the Ole Miss is a 6.5-point favorite there. That's one of the big games.
Yeah.
Another good SEC game at 6:45 is Vanderbilt, South Carolina. This will probably be the most underrated game that no one will watch because of the two big games. This is Diogo Pavia going up against Lenore Sellers, two of the best scramblers in all of college football. In Columbia at night. Expect a smash-mouth football game that will be enjoyable. It will be awesome. South Carolina is a 3.5-point favorite, even at home, so Vanderbilt's getting credit for the first time really probably since James Franklin was there. Really quick, the Darian Mensah Bowl is also at night. Duke goes to Tulane. Duke last week got destroyed by who was it?
Duke got destroyed by Illinois.
Thank you. They got destroyed by Illinois. And this week they go to Ullman Stadium to take on Tulane. Tulane is a 1.5-point favorite. Jake Retzlaff against Darian Mensah, 2 transfer quarterbacks going at it. That will be a really fun game for the group of 5. And we'll probably see first look at a lot of people for Tulane this year. And then finally we got the 2 big games. Even though they lost last week, Florida goes to LSU, number 3 LSU in Death Valley. LSU is a 7.5-point favorite, but Florida LSU play each other close every single year, despite records and despite everything. And this is going to be angry Florida team. So you're going to see a really good Florida team go in the Death Valley. And then probably the biggest game of the night slate is Texas A&M going to South Bend to play Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 6.5-point favorite and is one of, I think, the only team left that has one of only a few teams that has not won a game yet because they had a bye week in week 2. Last year, Notre Dame went into Texas A&M and beat the Aggies in week 1, which started off their national championship run. Now Texas A&M looks to get revenge. Notre Dame is a 6.5-point favorite. Nicholas, I know I sprouted off multiple games there. You can go whatever way you want with this. Where do you want to start?
Can we start with Arkansas Ole Miss? So Ole Miss, I was reading the injury report for this game. So Austin Simmons is probable, so he'll probably play. But last year in this game, if you remember, Taylon Green went out with an injury, and then Ole Miss just dominated. So I think Arkansas has started off pretty hot offensively with Taylon Green, Bobby Petrino. I could see this game being very, very close in Oxford with Taylon Green putting on a show. I mean, I don't know what they have defensively, so this could be a get-right game for Ole Miss, maybe to run the ball more, take some slack off of Austin Simmons, not to force anything with his – I think he's hurt his ankle or something. But kind of interested in that game. That game could be a shootout probably with those two offenses. Florida, like you said, this is the game they were looking ahead to. LSU also played really bad last week. I mean, they won against Louisiana Tech, but they didn't really
They walk.
Yeah, they walk as well. So, I mean, I could see LSU being due for a 14, 17-point win, or I could see
Florida. What I'd like to say about LSU is this year's looked completely opposite of what I thought this would. The LSU is good. We all thought LSU would be pretty good. There were possibilities that they'd be 2-0 by this point. It wasn't a completely out there that they would be Clemson. What is completely out there is how they're doing it. It's their defense that has been lights out. Their offense has been struggling. Clemson kind of justified because Clemson's a really good football team on defense. La Tech, though, okay, there might be concerns coming, but when you have a defense and defense wins championships, eventually the offense will probably start clicking. Again, you got time, and Garrett Nussmeier with all that receiver talent. So
Nuss has been a little rusty.
If they're going to wake up, now's the time. Because if they don't, then Florida could come in here and upset the Tigers.
And I think I think the game in South Bend as well might be a little rainy. I want to see Jeremiah. Well, if you're at Notre Dame, you put the hands in freshman the first game with CJ Carr throwing it a ton. You need to get the ball to Jeremiah Love. Get him more than probably he needs 15 carries at least, minimum. Get him more touches against this A&M front. I mean, the A&M front 7 last year, they all left. They all got drafted. So I mean, they had to replace their front. And the thing with A&M,
both defenses have been really suspect to start the year. Again, A&M, they played 2 cupcakes to start the year. So,
UTSA is usually pretty solid.
UTSA is pretty solid in the group fight. And Notre Dame, the only game we've seen from them is Miami.
Because Miami kind of ran the ball up on Notre Dame as well. So I could see, I mean, Le'Veon Moss is coming off the injury. You still got Emmitt Smith's son. I mean, they got some guys at running back. And I want to see if this game gets close, Marcel Reed trying to win if they have a drive late,
Marcel Reed's big coming out party.
I think he's looked pretty solid throwing the ball. They may have lost some weapons in the portal last year, losing Noah Thomas, but they got Kevin Concepcion from NC State, who's been worth the money so far. And they got Mario Craver from Mississippi State. He's a speedster for them. So they got really could be a passing attack for them as well. I mean, but all Notre Dame games, regardless who they play, always ends in the 20s. So, I mean, you could probably expect a very low-scoring game.
Notre Dame. This could be a shootout. I could see this be a shootout with
Yeah.
defense playing this year, but I'm kind of with you. I think this is gonna be a 20-20 game. I think both teams
Yeah,
are trying to
it
run
could
the
be like
ball.
a 20. It would be exactly. It could be the exact score as what it was week 1 for Notre Dame, 27-24,
Possibly.
or like 24-21. I mean, I could just see it being low scoring. Both defenses are really well coached with Mike Elko. I mean, this will be a great chess match between two really underrated coaches in the country. I mean, Marcus Freeman's already shown that he's very good coach, one of the probably top 5 coaches in the country right now. So I mean, it's really, I liked what I saw out of CJ Carr. I mean, but Mike Denbrock, the OC's put a lot in his hands. I mean, I think another game that's really interesting is how Vanderbilt came out in the second half and just dominated Virginia Tech in Lane Stadium.
Yeah.
And getting into another hostile environment this week, cocky.
Against a way better team too.
Yeah, as well. Because I mean, common opponent as well, because both teams have played Virginia Tech.
Very true.
South Carolina they've had punt return touchdowns the first 2 games.
The offense has not looked amazing. The first game, probably rust. Second game was rain again.
Yeah, that was a lot of.
But this game could be running quarterback the game.
Yeah. I mean, it's on SEC Network at night. It's going to be light shows in Columbia.
This is the under the radar game. Like,
yeah,
years so far for me.
I think all three, like all of the SEC games this weekend, are like very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the SEC. The SEC is like the one conference. This is kind of why I say SEC is probably the best conference.
Yeah,
even though they haven't had a national champion in a few years, it's just all their teams are pretty consistent and on the same level. The Big Ten, there are tiers. The top tier, the middle tier, the people like Iowa and all of them are in the middle. Top tier is obviously Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, Oregon. Middle of the road teams that are close but not there, and then really bad football teams. And really, the SEC, I mean, kind of shit. Like last year's worst team, Mississippi State, beat the best of the Big 12. So we'll see. I'm expecting a big week. I'm expecting a lot of really fun games this week.
I mean, the Knights play.
Don't worry, Big Ten. You're gonna have your time to shine later on this year.
Yeah.
Right. This week is going to be a lot of SEC football.
Yeah. All right.
Game's going to Knoxville. We got LSU. We got Vanderbilt. We got Ole Miss. We got Alabama going up against a Big Ten team.
Trying to see.
What about the Darian Mensa Bowl? You want to give your quick thoughts on that?
I think Tulane might roll. Duke is deep. I don't know. I really liked what I've seen out of Jake Retzlaff the first weekend when I watched him.
BYU?
Yeah.
BYU?
I just think Tulane's just a machine, man. I mean, Manny Diaz did a good job last year at Duke, but Darian Mensa, I don't know, man. It'll be a close game, probably. I think it could be a shootout as well.
All right. So before we get into predictions, I have a few questions for you.
Let's do it.
All right. Number one, of all the games, what do you think is going to be the game of the week? What do you think is going to be the closest game of the week? Or the game that's going to come down to the wire?
Give me Texas A&M and Notre Dame.
What and why?
I don't know. I just don't think these two teams are built to – I don't think Notre Dame is built to dominate any teams this year. I think a lot of their games are going to be close to one-score games. And, I mean, they've only played one game, and I don't know. Texas A&M, I also just like Mike Elko a lot. He's a really good coach, and I think they're also not really – I think they're also not really built to dominate a team like Notre Dame or get dominated by Notre Dame. So I think it's going to come down to – and last year, the game, I think Notre Dame may have won by like 14 or something, but
they won by like one score, I think.
Yeah, it was a really close game, and they didn't have Marcel Reed playing at that time. So I think this could be the closest game, but I mean, it may not. It's probably not going to be the game with the most fireworks. I mean, there's going to be different. I mean, I think the game with the most fireworks could be Arkansas and Ole Miss. I think they could just light up the scoreboard.
I think the closest game is going to be Vanderbilt, South Carolina.
Yeah.
I think both of these teams are kind of in the same tier of really, really close football teams. Their play styles are very similar. Run the football. Both really prioritize the line of scrimmage. The one X factor in this game could be Nick Harper, but I don't see that happening. I think this is going to be a smash mouth, two teams going at it, night in Columbia. I've got a very, very close game with the winner probably being the team with the final possession. That's
I like that one as well.
The closest game.
That's probably one of the games I was going to take as that one as well.
Yep.
I think the South Carolina, the big key is going to be keeping Diego Pavia out of just running all over him. And Dylan Stewart needs to continue to get in the backfield, stop gaps, get TFLs, get sacks. Because, I mean, Pavia is a little shit. He's really shifty, man. He's a really, really good quarterback. I mean, he's not really good. He's an average to good passer, not really like really, really good passer, but his athleticism and just his toughness. I mean, he's just really good.
All right, my next question to you is: what team do you believe is on upset watch?
Clemson.
Clemson?
Yeah. I mean, I really wouldn't even call it an upset because Georgia Tech is kind of already like kind of sprouting. Like the seed was in. I
mean, it's a ranked versus unranked.
Yeah, so I guess it comes down to it, but like they had their seed in the flower bed last year. They were starting to grow the plant. Now they're really like digging deep, really built their trenches. Haynes King has really improved as a really, really solid quarterback in the ACC. I don't know, man. I just love what Brent Key's building in Atlanta. It's just like just bringing back the good old days at Georgia Tech when they ran triple option. I mean, a lot of running with the quarterback, very solid passing game, but they win in the trenches. And Clemson, although they have really good trenches with their defensive line, their offense is just too many question marks right now. I trust Georgia Tech's offense more right now.
My upset pick is Florida.
Wow.
I think Florida could very well go into that valley and win this game.
Yeah.
Because I think Florida, when they're clicking, and I've seen it when they've clicked.
Yeah.
When they're clicking, they are more balanced than LSU. That I think. Again, the only other game I really thought of was Arkansas going into Oxford, but I think eventually the defense of Arkansas is just gonna break, and I think Ole Miss will find a way, like they always do with Lane Kiffin. I think Florida could go in angry and win this game, or at least keep it close. Again, I'm not saying they'll win the game, but I think LSU's on upset watch. They better bring their A game if they're going to beat Florida.
Yeah, I could see it.
And my final question before you end the predictions is: who do you think is going to be the standout player of the week? Who are we going to look back on and say they made their name this week?
That's a hard question. There's a lot of good players in these slates.
There is. Then that's why I brought it up.
Give me Haynes.
Yours is Haynes King?
Yeah.
Mine's Zachariah Branch. If Georgia wins, it will be because of him. If they lose, it will be because they don't give him the ball and Tennessee piles him up. If Zachariah Branch has a good game, Georgia's winning this game.
Yeah.
Because he's their deep threat, he's their gadget player, and he's one guy that Georgia hasn't had in a long, long time.
Yeah, and the reason why I chose Haynes King is when Haynes King is just dialing it up with the run and with the pass, I mean, he's very hard to stop. I mean, when they played against Colorado week 1, he had like over 100 rushing yards. When he gets up and down, he's just like Diego Pavia. I mean, him and Diego Pavia were like almost identical quarterbacks. They're tough as nails, decently good passing. They've gotten better at passing over the years.
The other name
hard to get down.
The other name I thought of was Marcel Reed, because if A&M goes in South Bend and wins that game, it will be because of Marcel Reed.
Yeah. All right. I think last week, I'm trying to think. I'm pretty sure.
I think we both did pretty good because
we both only lost one game. I took Florida minus 17.5. You took USF, and then I took Baylor. You took SMU. Those were the only two games we got wrong. Every other game, we wait. You took Duke, so you lost 2. I lost 1. Other than that, we were pretty spot on with everything.
I bought into the Duke hype. Darn.
Yeah.
All right.
So here's the picks that I got for this week for us.
Let's rock and roll.
Is Alabama covering 21.5?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I just think with Danny O'Neal as a quarterback changes a lot of things.
Yeah, I think
Billy Edwards is a lot better.
I think Wisconsin. I have no clue what to think with Wisconsin, really at all.
It's gonna be very hot. It's gonna be very hot, and
yeah, and
they have not dealt with the humidity.
That benefit the Southern team.
Yeah. All right.
I'll go with Bama.
Yeah, me too. All right. Showdown in that Bobby Dodd, Clemson, Georgia Tech.
I think I had Georgia Tech go to my ACC championship. So because of that, I am going with the Yellow Jackets. I'm going with Brent Key.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm just like these past 2 weeks.
Nope, going with Clemson. Nope, going with Clemson. Nope, can't do it.
All right, I'm sticking with.
Can't do it.
I'm sticking with Clemson.
Your Woods and TJ Parker.
I'm sticking with Georgia Tech. I just love
from line of scrimmage.
All right.
I want Georgia Tech to win so bad because I think Brent Key should get a better job in the should get a better job than what SC with Big Ten. But
this is alumni though, so
he's good there.
It's alumni though, so he.
Yeah.
All right, Neyland, other Georgia, in the Tennessee. Does Tennessee pull off the drought?
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm so in agreement with you on that.
No, I'm not high on.
I just think this game doesn't really have much. Like, I think it's just better coach. Like, Kirby's just a better coach and just has his number. All right. Heading into Oxford, Arkansas at Ole Miss. So with Austin Simmons coming out, give me a Ole Miss. Ole Miss is going to win night game in Vaught Hemingway. We may have lost JD, but we will keep going. Florida at LSU. JD had Florida winning that game on upset alert. Said LSU on upset alert. So give me the Tigers in this one. They're going to get back on track. Get back on track. Nuss is going to look like the Heisman hopeful that everybody had. I mean, this is just a loaded night slate. We're headed right into South Bend, Indiana. Texas A&M heading into touchdown Jesus. Marcel Reed, give me the Aggies. I had Notre Dame missing the playoffs in preseason, so I'm going to ride the hot hand. Vanderbilt at South Carolina. This is going to be a very close game, but give me Williams-Brice Stadium. It's going to. We got JD back here.
Yep. Connection. Probably gonna add that out in post.
That's okay. I was going through some of the picks, so we're all good.
I got you. Going back to what we were before the disconnect, Georgia.
Yeah.
Georgia's defense is the best unit on this field. Next game.
Yeah, I gave some of my picks already, but I forgot this one game. So this is the game I did forget. So USF, do we think they cover, or is Miami covering?
South Florida covers.
Yeah.
South Florida covers. Miami wins by 10, though.
Yeah.
I think Miami's pretty good this year.
So is the Pig? I picked Ole Miss in this game, but do you have the Pig pulling it off, or
no? It'll be close though.
Yeah,
I see Arkansas cover. Ole Miss will eventually. Arkansas's defense will break, and being at Vaught Hemingway will help Ole Miss. So I got the Rebels surviving an upset. Watch.
So are you sticking with the Gators? Or you got the Tigers to hold on in a close game?
Tigers hold on, Death Valley. Hold on by 3. I want to pick Florida bad, but it's Death Valley at night.
Yeah.
And there's only been one team that's consistently been able to beat LSU at night in Death Valley, and that's
right. All right.
That's them.
I took the upset in South Bend.
Or them.
I took the upset in South Bend. Who do you got?
What?
I took the upset in South Bend. You think? Do you have the Irish or you have the Aggies with me?
Giggin. Giggin. They get it done, I think.
Yeah. All right. I picked Cocky, but do you think Pavia pulls it off again? Or are you sticking with Williams-Brice Stadium at night with South Carolina?
Sellers. I got Sellers.
Yeah.
I got Sellers. I mean, we're probably pretty similar this week, but I think a lot of these games will be close. But I think I think in some of these games, at least the home team will win. But knowing that, we'll probably both be wrong.
Yeah, it could be. Let's head down to the Big Easy.
Let's do it.
Mensa Bowl.
BYU. Give me BYU and Tulane.
Yeah. I also have Tulane. I mean, we're really on the same. Only one game we're going against each other in. That's the Clemson Georgia Tech game.
Oh, really? Nice.
I mean, a lot of these games are really like.
Do you agree with a lot of these games being close?
Yeah, I think Miami game is going to be I think it'll be 10-14, like you said. I think Alabama will cover. I think the Clemson Georgia Tech game will be close, but I think Georgia Tech's run game is just too much to handle. Florida and LSU will always be I think
close.
I think it'll be a 7 to 10 point game.
Yeah. All right. I wanted to put out one more thing before we get out of here.
Yeah. Any other news that we didn't cover that you?
I'm not gonna. Just everyone be safe. Everyone be safe and be careful.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say to my audience about what happened on Wednesday. And for today, which is we're recording on 9/11, never forget.
Never forget.
And thank you to all the first responders for their sacrifice and really just never forget September 11th, 2001. One of the worst days in American history, and today we honor the people who risk their lives to help others.
That's right.
New York. You have anything to say?
Stories? No, I mean I echo everything you just said. I mean, tough times right now.
It's tough time in America right now. Tough time in the world, especially.
You know what gets us through everything? The power of sports.
Yeah. I mean, at these points, sports can unite us. Sports can unite us, and when it comes to arguments, be respectful to everyone. Whether you're on one side or another with teams, we're both Alabama fans. We have friends that are Auburn fans and Tennessee fans and Georgia fans. Try to be respectful. I mean, that's really all I have to say about the events that happened this week in America.
Yeah. Other than that, guys, should be another good college football Saturday. There's a lot of great games. Sit around the TV, especially at night. I mean, you need to set up the quad box multi-view on YouTube.
I'm glad Alabama's early, so I can just sit back and watch the rest.
That's right. I mean, four good games at night. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. But that'll do it for a fourth.
Last week, both of the games I wanted to watch were at night at the same time as Alabama. This week, I get to watch everything.
There you go.
One of the only few benefits of an 11 a.m. kickoff.
And that'll do it for the Fourth and a Mile podcast. Nicholas Elliott, JD Zasa. We're signing off. We'll be back next Tuesday for the NFL.